Do you usually have something to drink before going to bed? Maybe it's a cup of tea, a glass of milk, or even a fruit juice that seems like a healthy choice. But what if that last drink of the day is doing far more than simply satisfying your thirst? Most people don't realize that what you drink before bed can influence how your body functions throughout the entire night, and even how you feel when you wake up the next morning. While you're asleep, your body doesn't simply shut down. In fact, some of its most important work happens after you close your eyes. Throughout the night, your body regulates hormones, repairs tissues, strengthens the immune system, balances energy levels, and works to keep your blood sugar within a healthy range. The drink you choose before bed can either support those natural overnight processes or make them work a little harder. In today's video, you'll discover 5 bedtime beverages that researchers have been studying for their potential benefits for sleep quality and healthy blood sugar regulation. And be sure to stay until the end, because I'll also reveal 3 extremely popular drinks that many people assume are healthy, but may not be the best choice before bedtime. The last one catches most people completely off guard. So stay with me until the end. You may never look at your nighttime drink the same way again. Welcome to Healthy Naturally. If you're passionate about nutrition, healthy aging, disease prevention, and simple science-backed habits that can improve your everyday health, you've come to the right place. Our goal is to make nutrition and wellness easy to understand by sharing information supported by scientific research in a practical and balanced way. It's important to remember that this video is for educational purposes only. It is not intended to replace medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment from your physician or another qualified healthcare professional. If you enjoy learning about natural ways to support your health, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our upcoming videos. Now I'd love to hear from you. When you wake up in the morning, how do you usually feel? Do you wake up refreshed, energized, and ready for the day? Or do you still feel tired, sluggish, and like you could use a few more hours of sleep? Leave your answer in the comments below. Your experience may help someone else who feels exactly the same way. Now let's get started. Why does your bedtime drink matter? Many people think that sleeping simply means the body is resting. But modern science tells us a very different story. While you're sleeping, your body remains incredibly active. Throughout the night, hormones continue to be released and regulated. Your brain processes and organizes information from the day. Your tissues begin repairing themselves. Your immune system performs critical maintenance, and your metabolism continues working around the clock. Your liver also helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels by releasing glucose whenever your body needs energy during sleep. In other words, your body is working overtime so that you can wake up feeling rested and ready for a new day. That's exactly why your bedtime drink matters more than many people realize. Whatever you consume before bed continues to be digested and processed for hours while you're asleep. Choosing the right beverage may help support hydration, encourage relaxation, and create a better environment for restorative sleep. On the other hand, drinks loaded with added sugars or rapidly absorbed carbohydrates can contribute to overnight blood sugar fluctuations at a time when your body is trying to restore balance. There's another important point that often goes unnoticed. Poor sleep itself has been linked to changes in hormones involved in stress regulation and insulin function. In other words, consistently getting low-quality sleep may make it more difficult for your body to regulate blood sugar the following day. That's why improving your nighttime routine isn't just about sleeping better. It can also become one small but meaningful piece of a healthier lifestyle. Of course, no single beverage is a magic solution. No drink can replace a balanced diet, regular exercise, medications prescribed by your doctor, or proper medical care. Think of these beverages as simple tools that may help support your overall health when combined with healthy daily habits. And the first drink on today's list is probably much simpler than you might expect. Option number 5, mulberry leaf tea. Let's begin with one of the most underrated beverages on this list. When most people hear the word mulberry, they immediately think of the sweet, dark-colored fruit. But interestingly, researchers have been paying much closer attention to the leaves than to the berries themselves. Mulberry leaves naturally contain plant compounds that have been studied for their potential to slow the digestion of certain carbohydrates. As a result, glucose may enter the bloodstream more gradually instead of all at once. Think of it like traffic on a busy highway. When hundreds of cars merge onto the road at the same time, traffic quickly becomes congested. But when those same cars enter little by little, everything flows much more smoothly. Your body can work in a similar way. A slower release of glucose may help reduce sharp blood sugar spikes after meals, making it easier for your body to maintain better balance. Although research is still ongoing, these findings have made mulberry leaf one of the most interesting herbal teas for people looking to support healthy blood sugar levels as part of an overall healthy lifestyle. Another reason this tea stands out is that it's naturally caffeine-free. Unlike black tea, green tea, coffee, or many energy drinks, mulberry leaf tea won't provide the stimulating effects of caffeine that could interfere with falling asleep. That makes it a relaxing choice for your evening routine. How to prepare it? Making mulberry leaf tea is simple. Add 1 tablespoon of dried mulberry leaves to 1 cup of hot water. Allow the tea to steep for about 10 minutes. Then strain the leaves, let it cool slightly, and enjoy it about 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime. A quick safety note: even though mulberry leaf tea is natural doesn't always mean it's appropriate for everyone. If you're taking medication to manage diabetes or blood sugar, speak with your healthcare provider before drinking it regularly. Since it may influence blood sugar levels, your healthcare provider can help determine whether it's a good fit for your individual needs. Option number 4, chamomile tea with apple cider vinegar. Now let's move on to a combination that may sound a little unusual at first. Chamomile with apple cider vinegar? It isn't the most obvious pairing, but there's actually a logical reason these two ingredients are often mentioned together. Let's start with chamomile. Chamomile has been used for centuries as one of the world's most popular herbal remedies for relaxation. Many people enjoy a warm cup before bed because it promotes a sense of calm and helps prepare both the body and the mind for sleep. A restful night isn't just important for feeling refreshed the next morning. Good sleep also plays a major role in hormone regulation, immune function, recovery, and healthy metabolism. Some scientific studies have even suggested that regular chamomile consumption may be associated with improvements in certain markers related to glucose metabolism. Although researchers agree that more high-quality studies are still needed before firm conclusions can be made. Now let's talk about apple cider vinegar. Over the past several years, it has attracted considerable scientific interest because some studies suggest it may slow the rate at which the stomach empties after a meal. Why does that matter? Because when food leaves the stomach more slowly, carbohydrates may also be absorbed more gradually. For some people, this may help reduce the size of blood sugar spikes after meals that are rich in carbohydrates. It's important to emphasize that apple cider vinegar is not a treatment for diabetes, nor is it a substitute for healthy eating or prescribed medications. Instead, it may serve as one small tool that complements an already healthy lifestyle. How to prepare it? Brew 1 cup of chamomile tea as you normally would. Once the tea has cooled to a warm, not hot, temperature, stir in 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Many people find that mixing the vinegar into warm chamomile tea creates a smoother, more pleasant flavor than drinking vinegar diluted only in water. Important precautions. Apple cider vinegar isn't the right choice for everyone. If you have acid reflux, gastritis, stomach ulcers, or a sensitive digestive system, talk with your healthcare provider before making this drink part of your evening routine. It's also important never to drink apple cider vinegar undiluted. Its high acidity may irritate the mouth, throat, and stomach over time. Used appropriately and in moderation. However, this simple combination may become another healthy addition to a well-balanced nighttime routine. And now, let's move on to the next beverage, one that's been enjoyed for generations and has recently made a remarkable comeback thanks to modern nutritional research. Option number 3, bone broth. The next drink on our list isn't new at all. In fact, it's been part of traditional diets around the world for generations. Long before nutritional supplements became popular, Many families regularly prepared homemade bone broth using beef, chicken, or other animal bones that were slowly simmered for hours. Today, bone broth has made a strong comeback. Not because it's trendy, but because researchers have become increasingly interested in its unique nutritional profile. One of its biggest advantages is that it's naturally rich in protein and glycine, an amino acid that plays several important roles throughout the body. Glycine is essential for collagen production, helping support healthy joints, cartilage, skin, bones, and connective tissues. But that's not the only reason it has attracted scientific attention. Some research suggests that glycine may also help promote deeper, more restorative sleep in certain individuals. While studies are still ongoing and results can vary from person to person, the early findings are certainly encouraging. Better sleep doesn't just mean feeling less tired the next morning. It also allows your body to carry out many of the overnight repair processes that are essential for long-term health. Another benefit of bone broth is its protein content. Because protein is digested more slowly than simple carbohydrates, it may help increase feelings of fullness throughout the evening, reducing late-night hunger for some people. Of course, bone broth isn't a miracle food, but when included as part of a balanced diet, it could be another nutritious choice for supporting your overall health. How to enjoy it? For the best experience, have 1 cup of homemade bone broth about 30 to 45 minutes before bedtime. Serve it warm, lightly seasoned with natural herbs and spices if desired. A simple homemade version is usually the best option because it allows you to control the ingredients and sodium content. Important precautions. If you have chronic kidney disease, follow a protein-restricted diet, or have another medical condition requiring specialized nutrition, talk with your healthcare provider before adding bone broth to your daily routine. And remember, bone broth should never be viewed as a replacement for medical treatment. It's simply one nutritious choice that can complement a healthy lifestyle. Option number 2, diluted tart cherry juice. Now we've reached one of the most fascinating beverages on today's list. If you've ever searched for natural ways to improve sleep, you've probably heard people talking about tart cherry juice. And unlike many popular health trends, this one has attracted genuine scientific interest. The reason is simple. Tart cherries are one of the few fruits naturally associated with compounds involved in the body's melatonin production. Melatonin is often called the sleep hormone because it helps regulate your body's internal clock, signaling that it's time to wind down and prepare for sleep. When melatonin is produced at the right time and in appropriate amounts, falling asleep and staying asleep often becomes much easier. Several clinical studies have found that people who regularly consumed tart cherry juice experienced improvements in both sleep duration and sleep quality. Although the results aren't identical for everyone, the research is promising enough that tart cherries continue to be studied for their potential role in supporting healthy sleep. And that's important because quality sleep affects much more than simply feeling rested. During deep sleep, your body regulates hormones involved in metabolism, appetite, recovery, and blood sugar balance. In other words, sleeping better may indirectly support many aspects of overall health. But tart cherries offer another advantage. They're naturally rich in anthocyanins, the powerful antioxidants responsible for their deep red color. These plant compounds help protect cells from oxidative stress, a process associated with aging and various chronic health conditions. Of course, antioxidants alone aren't magic, but when they're consumed regularly as part of a diet rich in whole, minimally processed foods, they may contribute to long-term health and wellness. The best way to drink it. Here's one of the most important tips in this entire video. Many people assume that if a little is good, more must be even better. That's not the case. Even without added sugar, concentrated tart cherry juice still contains a considerable amount of naturally occurring fruit sugars. Instead of drinking a full glass, try diluting about 2 tablespoons of concentrated tart cherry juice in approximately 7 ounces, 200 milliliters of water. This simple adjustment allows you to enjoy many of its beneficial plant compounds while significantly reducing the amount of sugar you're consuming. For best results, drink it about 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime. A common mistake. One of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming that fruit juice is automatically healthy simply because it's natural. Natural sugars can still raise blood sugar levels when consumed in large amounts. That's why moderation is key. Sometimes, a smaller serving provides the greatest overall benefit. And now we've reached the beverage that earned the #1 spot on today's list. A drink that many people have never even heard of, yet one that has generated growing interest among nutrition researchers. Option number 1, fenugreek tea. We've finally reached the #1 drink on today's list. And chances are, it's also the one you've heard the least about. Fenugreek has been used for centuries in traditional cooking and herbal medicine across parts of Asia, the Middle East, and the Mediterranean. Today, it's also attracting the attention of researchers because of its unique nutritional properties. One of the reasons fenugreek stands out is its exceptionally high content of soluble fiber. When the seeds come into contact with hot water, these fibers form a thick, gel-like consistency. Think of that gel as a natural buffer inside your digestive system. Instead of allowing carbohydrates to be broken down and absorbed very quickly, it helps slow the digestive process. As a result, glucose may enter the bloodstream more gradually, helping reduce sharp spikes in blood sugar after meals. This slower absorption can be especially beneficial for people who are trying to maintain healthier blood sugar levels as part of an overall healthy lifestyle. Over the years, several clinical studies and scientific reviews have evaluated fenugreek in people with impaired glucose metabolism. While the results vary from one study to another, many have reported encouraging improvements in certain blood sugar markers when fenugreek was combined with a balanced diet, regular physical activity, and appropriate medical care. That doesn't mean fenugreek is a cure, and it certainly isn't a replacement for prescribed medications. Instead, think of it as one more tool that may support your health when combined with healthy daily habits. How to prepare it? Add 1 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds to a cup of hot water. Let the seeds steep for about 10 to 15 minutes. Strain if desired, and drink it while it's still warm, ideally 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime. Some people also prefer soaking the seeds for several hours before brewing. This can enhance the formation of the natural gel, although either preparation method can work well. Important precautions. Even natural foods can interact with medications. If you're taking blood-thinning medications or medication for diabetes, including insulin, talk with your healthcare provider before drinking fenugreek tea regularly. Supporting your health naturally should always go hand in hand with safe, informed decisions. 3 drinks that seem healthy, but may not be the best choice before bed. Now it's time for the part of the video that surprises the vast majority of people. Choosing a healthy bedtime drink is important, but it's just as important to recognize the beverages that appear healthy on the outside while hiding ingredients that may not support your goals. Let's look at 3 common examples. 1. Ready-to-drink bottled teas. Many bottled teas are marketed with images of fresh leaves, flowers, and fruit. Their labels often include words like natural, wellness, light, or healthy. But marketing doesn't always tell the whole story. Many commercially prepared teas contain added sweeteners, artificial flavors, preservatives, or other highly processed ingredients. That's why it's always worth reading the ingredient label instead of relying solely on the front of the package. As a general rule, the shorter and simpler the ingredient list, the better. Whenever possible, brewing your own tea at home using loose leaves or high-quality tea bags gives you much greater control over what you're actually drinking. 2. Store-bought golden milk. Turmeric has earned its reputation for good reason. Its active compound, curcumin, has been extensively studied for its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Homemade golden milk, prepared with unsweetened milk, turmeric, and a pinch of black pepper, can absolutely fit into a healthy eating pattern. The problem isn't the turmeric, it's the packaged versions. Some ready-made golden milk products contain added sugars, syrups, or unnecessary fillers that significantly increase the drink's carbohydrate content. That's why comparing nutrition labels is always a smart idea. Making it at home allows you to control every ingredient. 3. Meal replacement shakes and nutritional drinks. This may be the most confusing category of all. Many shakes promise balanced nutrition, sustained energy, convenience, and better health. But not all products are created equal. Some contain ingredients like maltodextrin, a rapidly digested carbohydrate that may cause blood sugar levels to rise quickly in certain situations. That doesn't mean every nutritional shake is unhealthy. The key is learning how to read the label. Check for added sugars. Look at the fiber content. Review the ingredient list carefully. If sugar or refined carbohydrates appear among the first ingredients, that product deserves a closer look. Never choose a food or beverage based solely on the advertising. Choose it based on what's actually inside. A simple plan you can start tonight. Now that you've seen all 5 drinks, you might be wondering, where should I begin? The answer is actually much simpler than you think. Start by choosing just one of the beverages from today's list. There's no need to change everything overnight. Small, consistent improvements are usually much easier to maintain than trying to completely transform your routine all at once. Drink your chosen beverage about 30 to 60 minutes before bed and stick with that routine for a couple of weeks. Then pay attention to how you feel. Are you falling asleep more easily? Are you sleeping more soundly? Do you wake up feeling more refreshed and energized? If you monitor your blood sugar under your healthcare provider's guidance, continue tracking your readings as usual and discuss any noticeable changes during your regular appointments. Another simple habit is to take a look inside your kitchen. Read the labels on the drinks you normally consume in the evening. Whenever possible, replace highly processed beverages with simple homemade options that fit your personal nutritional needs. It's those small choices, repeated consistently over time, that often make the biggest difference. Before we wrap up, let's remember one very important point. None of the drinks we discussed today is a cure for diabetes, poor sleep, or any other medical condition. They should never replace prescribed medications, a balanced diet, regular exercise, or guidance from your healthcare provider. Instead, think of them as simple habits that may help support your overall health when combined with a healthy lifestyle. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of today's 5 drinks surprised you the most? Is there one you've already tried? Or is there one you're planning to add to your evening routine? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your experience. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend or family member who might benefit from this information, and subscribe to Healthy Naturally for more science-based health and wellness content. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.